All right, so here is a game in Reykjavik.
Reykjavik, it was a very strong open in that time. Very important open that I won in 72. It was a very big success. And now I was very close of winning again, but the field was fantastic this time. It was, including many Russians, Tal, Geller, and many others, Larsen, a lot of very strong grandmasters. And finally, it was unclear until the last round, and with very big unluck somehow, I managed to come only second, together with Tal, Larsen, and many other.
Not bad.
No, it was excellent result, but I could win, without any problem, if I could beat the Yugoslav grandmaster Nikolic in the pre-last round. Okay, somehow he managed to escape. It was completely winning for me, the position. And because of this draw, the last round, very luckily, he won. And I drew only with Tal with black, and therefore we came to this result. But the result was also very good. But if I could win the tournament, it was even better.
Even better, yes. No. So now you play against John Fedorowicz?
I played against Fedorowicz, who was in that moment one of the most promising young grandmasters from the United States. And he played very sharp positions, and our game here was no exception. We'll see. Very interesting. Sicilian Paulsen, the line that I used many times with, very important successes against Beliavsky and many others, very strong masters. And here we try to demonstrate again that the line played by black is okay, Is a little bit difficult because white has a little bit more space in any position, and therefore you look at the first sight like this, it's always a little bit better for white, but it's a big fight still. In any position is very, very unclear. Okay, so b3 is a very good line, recommended by Spassky. Spassky played also himself against me in Manila in 76, like this. The game was also very, very sharp, and finally we made the draw. He was better, I was better, very unclear until the end, and finally the game was very tactical draw, against Spassky. We analyzed the
the sacrifice.
Yeah, he sacrificed the rook and so on, a crazy game.
Yeah.
So after bishop b2, knight of d7, this is the new line. Usually black plays immediately knight c6. And after knight takes c6, bishop takes c6, it's very, very sharp, very complicated position, and everything can happen, in any case. So knight of d7 was a little bit risky and a new idea. Okay, now the rook a1, b6. So bishop b1, he's preparing to attack on the other side, bishop b1. He wants to play very quickly something with f4, you see, and open completely the game, you see. So after rook e8, this is the best defensive line, you see. But now he changed the plan, and because black didn't play immediately knight c6, he is able to play with two knights on the board, you see. We didn't trade one knight, and now the other knight wants to come into play by playing knight c2, e3, g4, with very good attacking chances, you see. So from this position, black has to be very careful. If he has time to come with the knight in g4 in good position and threaten immediately a check or something, the game is almost over for black. For black, yes. You have to be very, very careful. Yes.
And the idea with this rook is to bring the bishop here?
The bishop there, yes. And this is the best defensive line for black, you see. Okay, so after knight c6, knight e3. Okay, knight f6, you protect
the field.
For the moment, d4. The field g4, yeah. So f4, okay. After f4, he wants to take advantage to play immediately e5. He has started to play e5 again. The game is over. Huh? So queen c7, g4. So what to do now is very, very strange, If you don't do something for 2-3 moves, white is coming, Yeah. If you don't have counterplay on the other side and he is able to play immediately g4, g5, knight g4, big trouble for black, you see. So, of course, b5. Even if you give for the moment one pawn, but you have a strong counterplay. It's the best way to play for black, you see. So, okay, g5. From now on, the game will be most interesting. Okay, g5.
He didn't take the pawn.
He didn't take the pawn because black comes very quickly, you know. So he wanted first to have your knight on the other side, you know, on h5. So after knight h5, he took the pawn. I took him b5. He took him b5, queen b6. And now a4. Well, after a4, it seems that he did everything right and white is better. He won a pawn, and the attack continues. If you don't have something very quickly, then he comes later on, king h1, knight g4, and he's winning, of course.
He has to pass pawn.
Yeah, to pass pawn for the, you know. He's also attacking here after king h1. If you don't do something, he wants to take the second pawn after knight c4, you see.
Yes.
Knight h4 and knight takes d6.
Yeah.
So, of course, you have to react very quickly. Okay, d5. The best move. After d5, he's pinned, no? He has to move the king. Okay, he moved the king. And bishop c5, no? Now, you let him come to g4. And now, you have to see who was, you know, calculating better here in this position. Black was giving a pawn for initiative, or white who wants to attack at any cost, you see. Knight g4. It seems if you look at the position, you think, okay, if he gives me one check in h6, I can almost resign, you know.
Yes.
The black, you see.
Yes.
So, look here, knight a7, such a move. In such a position, such a move, you see.
Yeah.
But that demonstrates that black has a very good counterplay on the other side, in center and the q inside, you see. All right, knight h6 check. It seems very good, but it's not the strongest, you know. So because of this knight h6, which will be on this position until the end of the game, white will lose the game. You'll see. So king f8, very strange position, you see.
Yeah.
So now what to play with white? He's almost forced. Later on, you know, bishop e5, he wanted to continue the initiative and close a little bit the e file, you see. Therefore, he played bishop e5. But now the idea is clear. Black has an even game, at least an even game, and he rejected completely the initiative, the white initiative. We'll see during the game. So he had to take with the queen. We take him b5.
Why he had to take with the queen?
Because if he took with the pawn, for instance, we could even play, for instance, take with the pawn, no?
Yes.
We could even play rook a5, and after bishop d3, d takes e4, and clearly better for black.
After bishop d3?
d3 has to, you know, to protect the pawn, no?
Yes.
And now d takes e4. Now, if he takes in e4, it's clear that only black is better here, no? We take in e4, he takes with the queen, we take in b5, the game continues, but black is better, clearly better, you know?
Yes.
So, it's move by move again. So, he took with the queen. But now, again, he took there, and now we took in e4. So it seems, again, very strong, bishop, rook d7. But quietly, rook e7, and it's clear who is better, no? Black is better in any case, in any position. So it's not enough. White can't do anything to show that he's winning or he has a very strong initiative. And any endgame is winning for black, you will see, during the game. So now rook c1, bishop b6. Now we look at the position, what to do? After f5, if he doesn't take in f6,
the knight is trapped.
The knight is trapped on h6 forever. He don't move the knight from h6 for the rest of the game, you see. So now he has to take, but now the structure is much better for black. And any endgame is winning for black, you see. So therefore the strategy was better for black, you know. The black could demonstrate that his idea was clearly better. Okay, so from now on we have this other part of the game. Okay, rook a5, almost decisive. Any endgame is winning, so you have to try to have some counterplay with white, but very difficult. So if we have a pawn down, the endgame is finished, you know. So again, if you don't take in f6, again, it's hopeless for white because you lose the second pawn in b3. So he tries to save a little bit in endgame by trading many pieces, but it's not enough, you see. So, okay, king e7. and rook e4. Now again, very strong, rook h3. We want to take immediately a pawn with h6. With h5.
Yes.
Okay, king f2, and now
H5.
h5. Now it's finished. King e3 again. Very big time trouble here. Instead of rook takes h2, which is winning,
Yes.
black wins immediately with bishop b6. After bishop b6, Zugzwang completely and completely winning for black.
Big.
Any endgame is hopeless. Even after king e2, we trade twice in e3 and king f6. 3 against 2, 2 weaknesses for white, he can resign immediately. So okay, I took in h2. He played king g1, bishop rook d2. The last hope, f5 now. I had to take in f5. He takes with check, king f6, and now knight g3, blunder. He could move back the knight in e3, but okay, winning anyway. 2 pawns down is winning. Knight g3, bishop takes e3, and he resigned.
Yeah.
Very sharp game, very unclear in some moments, but finally very good for black, you see. Like always, as always, when black arrives in such a position to complicate, very much, and have a strong initiative in middle game, almost in any game,
Sicilian.
black is winning in Sicilian.
Yeah.
Our game here was no exception. But it was very, very unclear in one moment, you see.
No, yeah, he looked like he has a very
It
strong...
looked very unclear,
very strong attack.
Very strong. But, like in any Sicilian,
Not,
the result...
not too fast, not fast.
Not too fast, not immediate.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Gheorghiu.
You're welcome.